Maryland officials give an update on 3 coronavirus patients. Governor Larry Hogan speaks about the state's COVID-19 cases, and Bill Clinton addresses his affair with Monica Lewinsky on Hulu. Today on The Diamond K Show. Welcome back to Radio on Fire. We are reporting for the nation. I go by the name of Diamond K. Thank you for joining me. Of course, we provide the best in breaking news, entertainment, and political stories that matter to you from an independent point of view. The reality of the spread of COVID-19 has naturally triggered questions and fears in residents. Governor Larry Hogan, Maryland's governor, declared a state of emergency yesterday evening. And today, Montgomery County officials gave an update on 3 patients in Maryland mentioned last night by the governor. Dr. Travis A. Gales of Montgomery County's Department of Health and Human Services spoke at the briefing, and he addressed many of the community's concerns.
So when we talk about declaration of emergency, those terms are most influential when helping activate staff. So making sure we have adequate staff to staff all of our centers on a 24/7 basis. So when you're calling in our call centers, making sure there's someone there who's trained and knowledgeable to be able to give you the right answer. We recognize that we have some work and are working on addressing the ability to make sure all of those capabilities are accessible by language, different languages, to address those concerns. So we're working on that and making sure that that is available and up and running fully.
One of the many questions on the minds of Marylanders is the meaning of the state of emergency classification, and Dr. Gales talked about that as well.
And so that has to do, when talking about emergency, that has to do with mobilizing staff, being able to mobilize funds to be able to pay for all of these different resources. So that's what that term is focused on. And when I talk about us moving to active status, it has to do with we're staffing up to be able to make sure that we are able to meet the needs of the community and address your concerns, and hopefully take a more proactive stance in terms of preventing potential cases, new cases in the future.
They're not recommending any large-scale closure of area schools or government buildings, but they are emphasizing the need for common sense precautions, like washing your hands often, washing surfaces, and if you are sick, staying at home and not going to work or school.
There's differences in terms of how they're transmitted. So, as the cases are here in Montgomery County, which I'll talk about in a few seconds, those 3 cases are travel related. They're related to individuals who travel to an area where they were exposed to COVID-19 and came home infected with the virus. That's different from community transmitted.
There has been a lot of talk about tests and testing capability, and this is something that was covered during the update as well.
So in terms of testing, there's two concepts. There's collecting of the specimen, and then there's where the tests are actually analyzed. So we are able on a local jurisdiction to be able to collect specimen, but the tests are sent to the state lab in Baltimore where they are analyzed.
The continuity of operations and the continuity of government has to be balanced with the release of honest information.
So an individual who is concerning for having coronavirus receives a test. The necessary sample is collected, specimen is collected. It is sent to the state lab. The state lab does a first level of analysis. That analysis comes back positive. The individual is considered a presumptive positive based upon that test result. It is then sent to CDC for confirmatory tests, but we're treating presumptive positives as positives. The old system, they were just sent through Baltimore and sent directly to CDC without any analysis in-house. So as you can imagine, being able to do it on a local level cuts down on the window between when a person comes in for that initial test and when they can get the results.
Ultimately, our government wants to make sure essential services stay in place, but hysteria is not unleashed. You listen to the Diamond K Show, of course, Radio on Fire. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this quick break. Welcome back to the Diamond K Show here on Radio on Fire. Of course, I go by the name of Diamond K. Now, Maryland's Governor Larry Hogan provided additional updates and insight in the state of emergency classification from last night. He says that Maryland's coronavirus COVID-19 patients were on the MS Asera, which is an Egyptian cruise ship on the Nile River. This is the same ship where 12 workers had to be quarantined, and patients linked to 6 confirmed cases in Texas. So this is probably the reason why they were so concerned, but it gets worse than that. As a result of the contact between 2 of the coronavirus COVID-19 patients from Maryland with people in Pennsylvania, Buck County closed 5 schools, and people who were at an event at the Villages at Rockville Retirement Center last Saturday are urged to contact their doctors. 44 in Maryland tested, 3 positive, 33 negative, 8 pending results. So this thing is poised to go in a lot of different directions. Just tuning in, you listen to the Diamond K Show here on Radio on Fire. Let's take a quick break, come back with more after this.
Do you have a business, product, or event that you need to promote to men and women ages 23 to 44? If so, Radio on Fire can help you do it with one of our promo packages. Our broadcasts reach over 150,000 people per month. Sponsorship for one or all of our radio programs can include live mentions, social media posting, commercials, and more. Visit radioonfire.com/advertise to find out more about a promo package that fits your needs. Rates start as low as $50. If you want to reach men and women ages 23 to 44, log on now, radioonfire.com.
So if you want a real meal, that's delicious. I know about noodles. I grew up on noodles. Now I created my own brand. It's nothing like this. See this? The Icon brand. Chicken and gumbo. Real New Orleans flavor. I used to go, na 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 na. Now I'm going, delicious. If you ain't eating wrap noodles, then you shouldn't be eating noodles. Because this is the best of the best noodles. Those other noodle companies have nothing on us. We wrap noodles. We the King Kong of noodles.
South by Southwest is an annual tech, music, and film meetup held in downtown Austin. Now, this is the latest conference to be canceled due to the coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak. Just 1 week before it was supposed to start, now the mayor, Steve Alder, has announced that it is no more. It's not going to happen. This is the first time in the event's 34-year history that it has been canceled. It was going to take place March the 13th to March the 22nd. However, they're saying an increasing number of high-profile speakers and company withdrawals and the growing public health concerns, all of that has had this effect. The festival is not going to take place. I've issued an order that effectively cancels South by Southwest, the mayor said, referencing the emergency order that he put in place today over the coronavirus. The decision will almost certainly be a harsh blow to the city's economy. South by Southwest is a big deal. Last year, the festival made $355.9 million for the city of Austin. Organizers have yet to announce refund policies, but they made clear on a statement that they issued on Twitter and their website that this was a decision that was made by the Austin city officials and it was out of their hands. The festival may take place in some form later this year. Time will tell. Also in the news, former President Bill Clinton recently addressed the affair that he had with Monica Lewinsky, the infamous affairs 25 years ago. The revelations are part of a new Hulu docuseries that came out today called Hillary. In it, Mr. Clinton acknowledges, obviously, the relationship that he had with Monica Lewinsky and that it was out of line. But he had a lot more to say than that. The 4-part docuseries, Hillary, details the life of the former First Lady, including her early relationship with Bill Clinton, their marriage, the scandal, and her 2016 presidential campaign. Hillary explained the impact of it and really goes into depth. It's very interesting that she is being as transparent as she is. Bill Clinton has a lot of folks online upset, and they come at him pretty hard. He said that the rigors of the president job and his anxiety led him to this extramarital relationship with Monica Lewinsky. Online on Twitter, people are saying he should have used medication rather than shacking up with Lewinsky. Now, of course, they're saying that the affair was consensual. Others joke that he could have bit his thumb or done some other nervous habit things. Last on the list, the White House Chief of Staff is the highest ranking member of the Executive Office of the President of the United States and a senior aide to the President. For many people, for most people, this is the way you contact the President, this way, by the Chief of Staff. Now, we now know that Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney has been fired or promoted, depending on how you look at it. President Trump took to Twitter to inform everyone of an important staff update, saying this: "I want to thank Acting Chief Mick Mulvaney for having served the administration so well. He will become the United States Special Envoy for Northern Ireland. Thank you." Currently, Mulvaney is also the director of the Office of Management and Budget. Trump also announced his replacement via Twitter, saying this: "I am pleased to announce that Congressman Mark Meadows will become White House Chief of Staff. I have long known and worked with Mark, and the relationship is a very good one." Trump is definitely someone who uses Twitter to his full advantage. Let's know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Dom and K Show, at Radio on Fire. Of course, I'm here 7 p.m. daily, providing you the breaking news, entertainment, sports, and political stories that matter to you. Get all show archives, exclusive content, and much more. Become a member today at radioonfire.com/join. It is Radio on Fire. We are reporting for the nation. Diamond K in Baltimore. See you guys tomorrow.